Let's focus on the positive, Casey. Man of the match performance from Christian Pulisic. Is it the best that we've seen him for the U.S. men's national team?
Well, I think it's the best we've seen him in this round of qualifying. And I think that was really important because when you get into these must-win games, you get into situations where you need your stars to rise. This is a young team, and it's a young, inexperienced team at this level. Christian is the player right now who has the most experience of anybody in that squad. And you need to rely on those players in big moments. And Christian showed up yesterday and absolutely did the captain's role. And you heard Greg talk in the press conference just about the attitude. Well, that started with their big star. Christian was up for this game from the first minute, had the composure, obviously, with the 2 penalties, and then put that extra cushion with that phenomenal 5th goal. So just what you needed from your biggest player.
Yeah, I don't know about best all-time game, but it's definitely the game that I learned the most about Christian Pulisic. I mean, if we look around the room, the U.S. men's national team room, if this game, who does it mean the most to? It's definitely me, Christian Pulisic, and I thought it was a stroke of genius by Greg Berhalter handing him the captain's armband. Of course, Kova, of course, Trinidad and Tobago was on his mind. Of course, this game means something. It was a must-win game, for both teams. Panama didn't show up. Christian Pulisic showed up. Yes, circumstantial that he had 2 penalty kicks, but you still have to bury him. But you look at the attitude for a player that oftentimes has said he doesn't deal well with the expectations. It looked like yesterday he wanted all that responsibility, fighting with players, fighting with the referee, demanding the ball. The Dennis Bergkamp-like goal for the hat trick. I mean, after the turn, there was a nutmeg on the Panamanian defender, and then burying that. It looked like a confident Christian Pulisic. It looked like the kind of player that you want, Greg Berhalter wants on this team. So I will say, mentally at least, I thought it was best performance.
Herc, Greg Berhalter, a stroke of genius is what he said. When I asked the question last week if Christian Pulisic should be captain instead of Tyler Adams, I was told absolutely not.
You said
Tyler
Mexico.
Adams should be the captain. Okay.
Not
all right,
Panama.
I'm just saying, a little bit inconsistent there. I'm with you, Herc, though. Primarily from a mental standpoint, I picked the word personality.
Yeah.
It's the most personality we've seen from Christian Pulisic. Yes, it's getting in the fight with the Panamanian players. Yes, it's getting in the fight with the Panamanian ref. The Panamanian bench. Yes, it's getting into scuffles with the refs, but it's everything about it, and it's wearing the captain's armband. He was like an angry Christian Pulisic. He definitely had a vendetta, and I think that personality with his skill set is what takes him over the top. Now, part of that personality, guys, comes out when we see the goal celebrations, and a lot of people are discussing Christian Pulisic's goal celebrations of late. What was it, a couple weeks ago at Chelsea we saw the gritty? Well, last night we saw the worm after Pulisic opened the scoring. Casey probably did this a few times in the 90s, I'm not sure. Afterwards, many folks talking about not just the celebration, but specifically why Christian Pulisic did this celebration.
I have a request.
What's the request?
If you score the goal, you have to do the worm.
The worm?
The worm.
I knew he was going to.
You better get to work on it. It's got to be
all right. Listen, I'll practice, all right? That's more of a challenge, but I'll do my best.
All right, so the young man you see there with Christian Pulisic making the request is Mason Ogle. He's a 15-year-old soccer player. He's diagnosed with bone cancer. And thanks to the great work from both the folks at the U.S. Soccer Federation and Craig Willinger Foundation, Mason got to meet the U.S. team and, of course, Christian Pulisic before the game in Orlando. And then how about this from his parents on Twitter? I believe this is Mason's mom, Jacqueline's account, if that's correct. Pulisic doing this for him is something he will never forget. Amazing stuff there from everybody involved, including Christian Pulisic.